The Cork Ladies Football Senior Panel will have a new captain in 2026, and it is Ayr Oak's Emma Cleary who joins me here on the big red bench. Emma, you're very welcome to the bench. How are you?
Good, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Great to see you. Congratulations on becoming the new senior captain of Cork for the coming season. A big honour, but when did you find out?
I can't. It was a few weeks ago anyway. I think Joe just pulled me there before one of the training sessions and just said it to me. And then it was announced there. We had a challenge game last week, so it was announced to the rest of the panel last week. Then, so a few weeks now.
I've seen you in action for club and county down through the years. You're a natural leader anyway. You're one of those people who helps a lot of the younger players. You get on with your own game. But this is a big honour to be captain of your county, and it must be lovely for you and for the family.
Yeah, it's a huge honour. I suppose first and foremost, it's a great honour for my club, Aerogue, after winning the county this year. And just delighted to be representing them after the great year we've had, and then obviously for the family as well. I suppose I'm probably the named captain, but there's loads of leaders there, and I've my two vice captains with me, Melissa Duggan and Shauna Kelly. They're obviously natural leaders there as well. So I'm surrounded by good people anyway.
You are indeed. You also, your dad is a good man. He's the Cork senior football manager, John Cleary. I know he likes to let you get on with your own thing, but helps out whenever he can. But he must be very proud. And has he offered any words of advice, or is he letting you get on with it?
Not really yet. I suppose he's busy out with his own matches and stuff, and sure, they're out next weekend. I think more or less the same time as us. So, we're nearly too busy to kind of stop and talk about it. But no, he's obviously delighted. Mum and Dad, and Laura, delighted. And as I said, it's nice for them and nice for the club. But he's always there for advice anyway.
He certainly is. You mentioned Aero. You just want to touch on it before we go on and speak about Cork. What a year! I mean, the years of heartache. I've been at those county finals in Aero, just coming up short. But the emotion at the final whistle, Emma, when you finally got over the line after extra time against that, a fantastic day in the history of Aero. But I know you, and I know that club. You won't be wanting to rest on that. It's a long way off at the moment, but when that championship comes around again, you'll be looking to defend that title.
Yeah, definitely. Look, an amazing year to just finally get over the line. I think after the free kicks last year, I was thinking like, will we ever get there? But in fairness, we stuck at it. All the girls again were back in January, and we really drove on, took it game by game. Like it wasn't plain sailing throughout the championship. We scrope over the line there against Kinsale in one of the group games. Again, only beating Mourne by a point. Had a tough semi-final against Vals, and then of course with that had another replay, more extra time. There's nothing between us, but just delighted to get over the line. And I suppose again, yeah, I think that the girls are back this week training now in Air Oak, so will there's such great young talent coming through in Air Oak. I think we won the minor and under 21 this year, so they'll all be pushing for places in the senior setup next year. So we're definitely not going to rest on it. And if we can win more counties, it'll be great. But definitely delighted with the one we got this year anyway.
Indeed, all those players coming through are going to be pushing you for your place, Emma, and all the other established players.
Definitely, yeah.
Likewise
Yeah.
with the Cork senior setup, because obviously there's been some high profile players that have stepped away for different reasons. Hannah Looney being one of them just last week. There's been a lot of transition as well in the backroom team. So look, there's a lot been happening in pre-season. Pre-season is pre-season. You get on with it, you get the work done. But how has it gone? Because there's a lot of new faces, I'd imagine, coming in and getting a go now at this senior panel as well.
Yeah, look, it's gone really well so far. We've had a few challenge games there the last few weeks and stuff, and as you said there's a lot of change to the backroom team, to players and stuff. But it's been positive, I suppose. Like having the likes of Rachel Leahy back there fully fit after kind of two cruciates, she's a huge plus. We've girls in there like Kate Redmond and stuff, like fighting for spots. And there's a real positivity around the group at the moment. I suppose all will kind of tell next week when we go out in the first round of the league. But the last few weeks, I must say now, have been positive.
And this is nothing new at intercounty level, Emma, as you well know. There's just transition at different times and different cycles with teams and with management teams. Putting on the jersey and getting the job done is what it's all about. And as you said, on Sunday, January 25th in MTU Cork at 2 o'clock, Cork will begin their Lidl National Football League programme against Kildare. Before we talk about that in Kildare, being back in Division 1, Emma, fantastic to get back up to Division 1. And right at this moment, when there's so many players on the fringes that Joe and his team will probably try and take a look at some stage of the league, being in Division 1 is going to bring you on.
Definitely, and I suppose that was the main goal last year, was just to get back up in Division 1. And look, we're delighted to be there. Like, we know the challenge that will be ahead, playing those Division 1 teams, but that's where you want to be. That's where you want to be going into Championship, having good tests along the way. So no, we're definitely delighted to be back up there. It's where I suppose Cork should be, but you have to earn it at the same time, and I think we did that last year. And yeah, looking forward to getting going now next weekend.
The new rules. This is going to be the big headline coming into it.
Yeah.
Aside from all the big matches, the new rules. So without going through each of the new rules, you've had a numerous, as you said, challenge games to get a look at this and try and get a grounding in it. At the moment, and this weekend just past, the Division 4 games were the first opportunity for people to see them online or on TV. But from a player's perspective, what's your kind of initial reaction after a couple of games to the suggested rules that will be coming in now through the National League?
Yeah, like, very positive reaction now, I must say. Obviously we've been working on them the last while in a few challenge games, and obviously like AVBs and stuff. I think even it will make the game a lot quicker, like even the tap and go there. It's kind of hard to get used to, but like, it does make the game a lot faster and stuff, which is great. And obviously the 3-up rule, I suppose, kind of gets rid of some of that kind of mass defence that teams would be putting up and stuff. And even there, like things like the kick out mark and stuff, I suppose a lot of kick outs in ladies football will be kind of going short and stuff, but it does encourage kind of those longer kick outs and kind of more fielding in ladies football as well, which will be great to see. And then obviously hopefully we kind of get a bit more clarity on the tackle as well, and things might be let go a bit more as well. But I suppose we'll kind of the first 3 league games I think are trialing them all, so we'll kind of tell from there then.
Yeah, and of those, not to dwell on it for too long, obviously the straightforward ones, like as you said, the 3-up and the feeling, they're straightforward enough in terms of officiating. But the tackle, and we've had long conversations about this down through the years in LGFA, judging what a tackle is, when it's right and when it's wrong. Hopefully that won't come down to too much referee interpretation, because you know yourself from intercounty level, different referees try to referee they try to do their best, but they referee the game very differently, or have done in previous years. Hopefully these rules will tighten that up. But is the tackle something that you'll be hoping will actually be tidied up more than anything?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's always a talking point around ladies football. I suppose, like, the thing is that like, it was, I suppose, officially it was called a non-contact sport, which it just isn't the case. Like, there has to be a bit of lenience with the tackle, and I think bringing in that rule will help. Sure, we're in the gym twice a week, and we're doing all that strength work, and if what good is that if we can't go out and tackle hard and tackle properly? So I think it will be better for the game going forward.
Let's certainly hope so. Well, anyway, we're going to find out very, very soon, because on Sunday, January 25th in MTU Cork at 2 p.m, the opening round of this year's Lidl National Football League Division 1, Cork taking on Kildare, and they'll have a new captain out in the pitch, Aero County winning champion Emma Cleary. We wish you and everybody on the Cork panel all the best for the coming year. We look forward to speaking to you and keeping track of how things are going.
Thanks very much.